ちは。このポッドキャストはトロントに住む私ミーと私のパートナーであるベトナム系カナダ人の埼玉くんがダイバーシティについて考えるラジオです。
こんばんは and こんにちは or おはようございます。
はい、おはようございます。So, it's the end of the year, 2020.
Merry Christmas if anyone is celebrating Christmas.
How was your 2020?
Oh, my year is 2020. I mean, I had a good January through March, and then ever since March, I've been trapped indoors.
Yeah, actually, the big change for you was just your workplace. I mean, the company is the same, but where you work.
Yeah.
It's the biggest changes you had this year, I guess.
I wouldn't say so.
Why?
It's more, for me, it would be more the social interactions. That is the biggest change.
The lack of.
Yeah. Just working from home wasn't really a large shift because I always had that option before. And there were times when I did work from home. But the fact that I can't talk to people directly is kind of a nuisance. And I know that's not a big reason to complain when people have much, much worse. But it's still my little gripe.
Okay, you don't like it.
I don't like it. But I will tolerate it because people have much worse problems than me.
But you said after Corona you want to keep doing remote work.
I do. Remote working is fine. Okay. I think it's just being able to go around and talking to people.
I see. Okay.
I miss shaking hands.
Really? I don't.
That's because you're not a people person.
I am a people person.
I miss being able to not wear a mask. I'm always scared that if I go to a bank and I see someone else wearing a mask, it's a robbery. But now it's just normal.
Oh my God.
I know it's stupid, but how was your year, my dear?
The biggest was I left my previous job in March. It was the same time as the statement of emergency. And then since then I started blogging and tried to find a job online, but not successful.
There were a few attempts, and one of them was okay until it had to be like weird odd hours in Indonesia.
That's not true. Yeah.
And then there was one attempted scam.
Yeah.
That was fun.
There was so many employment fraud emails coming into my email address.
Yeah,
I think that's because I put my resume online, like Indeed and LinkedIn. So it
made you an easier target.
Yeah, especially I'm foreigner.
True.
Obviously I'm foreigner in Canada. I mean, the new immigrant. So you better be careful, Japanese people living here. And I got a part-time job in September, I think. So for 6 months I was not working. That was a very new experience. And I'm still doing job hunting. To go back to or to exceed my previous income.
Yes. Well, the goal is more about finding a fulfilling career, not income.
Money is important.
Money is important but we can always go live in like North Bay when it's like food is $10 a whole day. I'm exaggerating, but we choose to live in a trendy neighborhood in Toronto. If you really had to make ends meet, just to go a little bit outside the city.
Yeah. The 2020 was a very interesting year. Let's see what's happening in 2021.
Oh, it's going to be more of the same. Oh, there was Canada someone in Canada tested positive for one of the UK variants. And the couple that got it weren't travelers. So they were exposed in the community. So now it's scary.
Who traveled
yeah.
outside, yeah.
Most likely it's probably coming from a family member or a friend that visited them. But we don't know. Or at least they haven't identified who is the carrier of the variant. But the good news is that it's not any more severe than the current strain. It's just a slight variant.
Yeah.
So hopefully the vaccines will still work. I am reasonably comfortable with taking the vaccine because, you know, I want to travel and do stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, wait. Shout out to the companies that made the vaccine, Moderna and Pfizer. Apparently, the way they do it is they replicate the DNA protein of COVID. So it's not like the flu vaccine where they make where they use a dead virus. This one is just part of the virus. So you will not get COVID from the vaccine.
Okay. Let's wrap up our
introduction.
Yep. And so it's not article again. So it's the web page, which title is Human Development and Sexual Health Education by Grade from the website of Ontario government. This is the web page we picked today because the last week we talked about the age of consent under the Canadian law. And I was kind of curious about what kind of sex education children in Canada will have. And then since we are in Ontario, we picked the Ontario government's sex education curriculum. Yeah, today. So first, Saitama-kun will read the web page. Okay?
はい。
お願いします。
Human Development and Sexual Health Education by Grade. Below are details on what students will learn about human development and sexual health, grade 1 through 8, and why these concepts are being taught at certain age levels. Grade 1. When children know how to care for and use the correct names of their body parts, they build understanding and respect for themselves and their bodies and can communicate clearly and ask for help in case of illness, injury, or abuse. Students will learn to identify body parts, including genitalia, by their proper names, to use positive language when describing their bodies, about their senses and how they function, basic good hygiene habits, for example, washing your hands, using tissues. Grade 2. Helping children to understand that their bodies will change. For example, losing baby teeth can help them prepare for and adjust to those changes. Appreciate what their body are able to do and perceive them positively. Communicate about these changes with a trusted adult if they ever feel confused. Students will learn the basic stages of human development: infancy, childhood, adolescence, and related body changes. Good hygiene habits for oral health, for example, brushing your teeth, flossing, visiting the dentist regularly, to appreciate what their body can do. Grade 3. To foster healthy relationships, students will learn what healthy relationships look like. Students also learn about what makes them unique and how to show respect for all. Students will learn about characteristics of healthy relationships and consent. For example, accepting differences, listening, stating and respecting personal boundaries, being respectful, being honest, communicating openly. Describe ways to respond to bullying and other challenges. For example, peer pressure, being left out. About factors and habits that can affect physical and emotional development. For example, safe environment, caring adults, feeling like you belong, appreciating what your body can do and building a healthy body image, sleep, food, physical activity. How visible differences, bracket, for example, skin, hair, and eye color, clothing, physical abilities, close bracket, and invisible differences, open bracket, for example, learning abilities, cultural values and beliefs, different types of families, close bracket, make each person unique. Ways of showing respect for differences in others. Grade 4. Today, children enter puberty earlier. On average, girls enter puberty between the ages of 8 and 13, and boys enter puberty between the ages of 9 and 14. Learning about puberty before students may fully experience it helps prepare young people for changes in their bodies, emotions, and social relationships. Students will learn the physical changes that happen during puberty and the emotional and social impact that these changes can have on a developing child. How personal hygiene needs may change during puberty. For example, the increased importance of regular bathing. Grade 5. By grade 5, students have developed some self-awareness and coping skills, and have also learned critical thinking and reflective skills. Puberty can be stressful, and helping students to understand changes in their bodies can help them cope. Students will also learn to continue to learn the importance of showing acceptance and respect for themselves and others, including those who may be entering puberty earlier or later than their peers. Students will learn about factors that may affect the development of a person's understanding of themselves and their personal identity, including their sexual orientation. For example, body image, self-acceptance. About the reproductive system and how body changes during puberty. About the process of menstruation and sperm production. To describe emotional and interpersonal stresses related to puberty. Grade 6. As children grow older and enter adolescence, understanding how they and their peers may be affected by the changes they are experiencing helps them build a healthy sense of who they are. By grade 6, students have developed more self-awareness and coping skills, as well as critical thinking and reflective skills, to solve problems and examine issues. They will apply these skills to learn about stereotypes and assumptions. By examining and challenging these stereotypes and assumptions, they continue to learn about respect for others, build self-confidence to build a foundation for healthy relationships. Students will learn an understanding about the impacts of viewing sexually explicit media, including pornography, the physical, social, and emotional changes that may occur in adolescence. For example, body growth, skin changes, increasing influence of peers, increased intensity of feelings, and how students can build a healthy foundation for relationships. To make decisions in their personal relationship that show respect for themselves and others, recognize the importance of consent and clear communication. How stereotypes and assumptions about gender, race, sexual orientation, ethnicity, culture, and abilities can affect how a person feels about themselves, their feelings of belonging, and relationships with others. Appropriate ways to respond to and challenge assumptions, stereotypes, homophobia, and racism. Grade 7. Students need information and skills to make sound decisions about their health and well-being before they face a situation where they may need that information. Research has shown that teaching about sexual health and human development does not increase sexual behavior and can actually prevent risky behavior. Students will learn the importance of having a shared understanding with a partner about reasons for delaying sexual activity until they are older, the concept of consent and how to communicate consent, and the need to communicate and understand decisions about sexual activity in a healthy relationship. To identify common sexually transmitted and blood-borne infections, STBBI, and describe their symptoms. How to prevent STBBI, sexually transmitted and blood-borne infections, and avoid becoming a parent before they are ready, including delaying first intercourse and other sexual activities until they are older, and using condoms and other forms of protection consistently. About the physical, emotional, social, and psychological factors to consider when making sexual health decisions. For example, the risk of STBBI, sexually transmitted and blood-borne infections, or of becoming a parent before they are ready, emotional readiness, sexual orientation, moral and religious considerations, cultural teachings, and impacts on other relationships. How relationships with others and sexual health may be affected by physical and emotional changes in puberty and adolescence. Grade 8. Students continue to build their understanding of factors that support positive, healthy choices and include deeper understanding and appreciation of themselves and their identity. Students are also exploring healthy ways to engage in evolving and new relationships. Students will learn about things that could affect someone's ability to make safe and healthy decisions about sexual activity. Sources of support with respect to sexual health, for example, parents, health professionals, in-school resources, local community groups, and religious, spiritual, and cultural leaders. Gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation, and to identify factors that can help all young people to develop positive personal identities. Abstinence, contraception, and consent in order to make safe and healthy decisions about sexual activity. Benefits, risks, and drawbacks associated with relationships involving different degrees of sexual intimacy.
それではまずこのウェブページの日本語訳を読んでいきます。人間発達と性の健康に関する学年別の教育。以下は1年生から8年生が学ぶ性教育の内容とその内容をその学年で教える理由のまとめです。1年生、人体各部位の扱い方と名前を学ぶことで自分や自分の体への理解や関心を深め、病気や怪我、虐待が起きた場合に明確にコミュニケーションを取れ、助けを求めることができるようにします。子どもたちは性器を含む人体各部位の正式名称、自分の体を表現する場合の前向きな言葉の使用、感覚とその機能、基本的な衛生習慣を学びます。2年生、身体変化、例えば乳歯の生え変わりについて学びます。それにより以下について子どもたちの理解を助けます。身体変化への心の準備や順応、身体変化への理解とそれをポジティブに受け止めること、困った時は信用できる大人と身体変化についてコミュニケーションを取ること。子どもたちは人間発達の基本、例えば乳児期、幼少期、思春期などと関連する身体変化、口腔健康のための衛生習慣、歯磨き、フロス、歯医者の定期検診など身体変化への理解を学びます。3年生、健康的な対人関係を培うため、具体的に健康的な対人関係とはどのようなものなのかを学びます。また、個性や他人を尊重することも学びます。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。健康的な人間関係や同意承諾の特徴、例えば違いを受け入れること、耳を傾けること、個人の境界線を言葉にすること、またそれを尊重すること、敬意を示すこと、正直でいること、率直に意見を交換すること、いじめやその他の困難にどう立ち向かうか、例えば集団の圧力や仲間外しなど、身体的・感情的発達に影響する要因や習慣、例えば安全な環境、大人の存在、所属しているというふうに感じること、身体変化への理解、ポジティブな身体像を築くこと、睡眠、食事、運動、目に見える違い、例えば肌や髪、目の色、服装、身体的能力と目に見えない違い、例えば学習能力、文化的価値観や信仰、さまざまな家族の形態が個性であること、違いを尊重し、それを示す方法。4年生、今日、子どもたちの思春期は早まっています。平均的に女児は8歳から13歳、男児は9歳から14歳の間に思春期に入ります。思春期に入る前に思春期について学ぶことで、身体、感情、社会的関係における変化への心の準備を助けます。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。思春期に起こる身体変化とその変化がもたらす成長期の子どもへの感情や人間関係への影響、思春期における衛生習慣の変更。5年生までに子どもたちは自己認識や対処スキルを発達し、批判的思考や内省スキルを学びます。思春期にストレスを感じる可能性もあるため、身体変化への理解を助けることで子どもたちは対処の仕方を学ぶことができます。また、思春期に入る時期に個人差があることも含め、自分自身や他人を受け入れ尊重することの重要性を学びます。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。自分自身の理解や性的思考を含む自己認識の発達に影響する要素、例えば身体像や自己需要、生殖系や思春期の身体変化、月経や精子形成の過程、思春期特有の感情的対人関係、 ストレスを言葉にすること。6年生、子どもたちが年を重ね、思春期から青年期に移るにつれ、自分や友達が経験する多くの変化に影響されることを理解させることで、自分たちに対する健康的な認識を築くことを助けます。6年生までに子どもたちは問題解決や問題を検討するために自己認識や対処スキルを発達し、批判的思考や内省スキルを学びます。これらのスキルをステレオタイプや決めつけについて学ぶことにつなげます。ステレオタイプや決めつけについて検討し、疑うことで健康的な対人関係の土台を築くため、他人を尊重し、自尊心を養うことを学びます。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。ポルノを含む性描写のあるメディアを視聴することが及ぼす影響についての理解。思春期から青年期にかけて起こる身体的、社会的、感情的な変化。例えば、身体的成長、肌質の変化、増長する仲間からの影響、強い感情の増幅や対人関係における健康的な土台をどのように築いていくか。同意や明確な意思疎通の重要性を認識し、個人的な対人関係の中でどのように自分と他人を尊重しながら判断をするか。ステレオタイプ、例えばジェンダーや人種、性的指向、民族性、文化、能力に関する決めつけがどのように人の感情やその人の所属認識、対人関係に影響するか。決めつけやステレオタイプ、同性愛嫌悪、人種差別に対処、挑戦する適切な方法。7年生、自分たちの健康に関わる適切な判断を下すため、その状況に置かれる前に情報が必要です。性の健康と人間発達について教えることは、性活動を、助長することにはならず、実際にはリスクのある行動を防ぐことが研究で証明されています。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。性的活動を遅らせること、同意のコンセプトとどのように同意について意思疎通するか、明確な意思疎通を取る必要性、健康的なお付き合いの中で性的活動を決定するという理解の必要性について、パートナーと認識を共有することが重要であること。性感染症及び血液感染症とその症状。性感染症及び血液感染症予防と避妊。初めての性交渉やその他の性的活動の治安、コンドームの使用やその他の避妊方法。性の健康に関わる判断をする際、考慮すべき身体的、感情的、社会的、心理的要因。例えば、性感染症及び血液感染症のリスク、妊娠、心の準備、性的指向、モラルや宗教的考慮、文化的教え、他の対人関係への影響。思春期から青年期に起きる身体的・心理的変化がどのように対人関係や性の健康に影響するか。8年生、より深く自分自身や自己認識への理解を養い、ポジティブで健康的な選択を支える要素への理解を養い続けます。また、発展中の新しい対人関係を築く健康的な方法を学びます。子どもたちは以下の内容を学びます。性的活動に関する安全で健康的な判断のできること、またそれに影響を与える物事。性の健康についての拠り所。例えば、両親、医療従事者、校内リソース、地元のコミュニティグループ、宗教的、精神的、文化的指導者。ジェンダー自認やジェンダー表現、性的指向や若年者のポジティブな自己認識の発達を助ける要素の認識。性的活動について安全で健康的な判断をするための自制や否認、同意。性的親密さの度合いとその利点、リスク、欠点。ではディスカッションしていきます。
Hi.
Okay.
Well, just quickly summarize it. I like the fact that in grade 1, they are starting to use proper terms.
Yeah, that's kind of normal though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't remember being taught that.
Yeah, I don't think people will remember yeah, you will learn it for sure, but you don't really remember, I guess.
I know, but I'm just trying to remember back when I was in school, we didn't start learning about sexual health until grade 6. We didn't learn about puberty or any of that stuff in grade 5.
But here it's more like human development, not sex ed.
No, you're right.
So like this is hand, this is feet, this is genital.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yeah, but we wouldn't I don't recall discussing about, oh, boys have penis, girls have vagina. Like we didn't have those discussions, is what I'm saying. So yeah, I remember being taught like good basic hygiene, like wash your hands,
So cute.
senses and how they function. But the first two parts, positive language about describing bodies and identifying body parts, including genitalia, that I don't recall ever taught.
Yeah, I mean, so for me, impressive thing on the education for grade 1 was to use positive language when describing their bodies. That definitely we don't have in Japan.
Definitely, I'm pretty sure this is new.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Because there's no concept. Because back then, you were either healthy or fat. There's no such thing as healthy body. Like, okay.
So you didn't have it too?
No, we didn't have that. It's like, yeah, if the doctor says you're healthy, you're healthy. Otherwise, the doctor said you're fat.
Yeah, because in the elementary school, it's very normal to tease the
bigger kids.
The bigger kids.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think the society noticed it's very unhealthy for the self-awareness later on for the bigger kids.
Yeah.
So they decided to do it, I think.
I'm pretty sure this positive language when describing their bodies, it's mostly geared towards bullying, but they just want to include the sexual like body parts. So you don't, insult someone's body.
Yeah. Grade 2?
I don't really see grade 2 being any large change from grade 1, except for the fact that they explain how your body develops. And they use examples of like baby teeth to transition into puberty.
Yeah.
So I guess that's a good phase to teach.
I guess. Grade 3?
I like that. Grade 3.
Grade 3 is like
it's like
relationships.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because to think about it, grade 3, you're 8. You're no longer a child, like a toddler or anything like that. I think around grade 3, you're able to perceive sarcasm.
Yeah.
And you understand what a lie is or a white lie.
Yeah.
So you understand that the world is not black and white. There's gray areas. So I think grade 3 is a good time to start teaching them.
This is the first year they teach about the consent, which is very good. Yeah, I think it's not about sexual consent, but like general idea of consent. Like you have to have the consent.
Did they say consent?
Yeah.
Characteristics about healthy relationship and consent. Yeah.
So you have to listen to others. Also, you have to state yourself.
But consent here isn't. Well, I guess you wouldn't really talk about sex. Consent.
No, it's not about sexual, but it's a good idea to teach the idea of getting consent each other.
I think that's what a lot of parents were concerned about, or they reacted negatively when people were told that children were being taught consent at grade 3. They're thinking they're teaching about sex.
No, I don't think so. No, it's not. It's the accept. Yeah,
accepting.
Example is saying the good details. So it's like for example, the personal space. Yeah. So I don't like you being like this close to me. Like,
please respect my boundaries.
Yeah, that kind of consent.
That's going to be hard to teach for kids.
Yeah, I think so.
When their whole world is all about punishment and reward, it's hard to understand.
Yeah. This is where you were talking about the 1, 2, 3, fourth
visible
item of the grade 3.
Yeah.
How visible differences and invisible differences
I think
make each person unique.
A small part of me knows that by the time you're in grade 1, you can identify visible differences. You already know that. I think it's the invisible
differences
that's
they
the one
wanted to emphasize.
Yeah. I think that's a really good topic to discuss because you should learn that before your body starts changing.
Different types of families is like single parent family or like different ethnicity family.
Non-nuclear family.
Non-nuclear?
So the traditional nuclear family is like father, mother, child. But then non-nuclear is like interrelationship, intersexual, same sex, right? Like adoption.
Or single.
Or like even the parents are normal, like traditional father-mother role, but the child is different, like adoption or, transitioning, children that are transitioning. I think that's what they want.
Okay.
To be fair, I was never taught that either.
Which one?
The different family structures.
Yeah, we don't.
I never learned that.
I only knew through friends that they're a single parent family.
Okay, so I know that there are single parents, but I always assumed that it was either someone died or someone left or someone abandoned, right?
Yeah.
But I never knew about how 2 dads, 2 moms, or a mom and dad, and one transitioned. I never learned any of that.
Yeah. Grade 4?
Grade 4, learning about puberty. This is a good time, yeah?
Yeah.
You're 9, you're a tween, and you're just about to start puberty.
Yeah, so it's the preparation for the puberty, I think, the grade 4. Then in grade 5, actually they do learn the detailed process of menstruation and sperm production. So this is when they will get the...
So I guess grade 4 is they're explaining the physical changes, and then grade 5 they're going to explain the psychological, hormonal, emotional changes. That's good.
Yeah. This is where they learn about pads and tampons.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, yeah, it has to. About the reproductive system.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming the girls will learn that through their gym teachers or through a separate health class.
Oh, yeah? Is it separate?
I imagine they'll probably, because during grade 5, your classes is still mixed. So what they'll do is during a certain portion of the day, they'll just split the class into boys and girls, and then they'll just have their own separate.
Do you think it's better? Or as a male, would you want to know how the menstruation works?
Not in grade 5, no, because I would be more selfish, and I just want to know about myself. And I'd be too childish to know about females.
You could tease the girls,
I'm pretty sure this is to separate for teasing more than... Like if you're, in a classroom full of boys, you can make stupid jokes about your penis and no one's going to be offended. At least I hope no one gets offended.
But how do I say, it's okay to separate the classes to learn those things for the first time because kids are too childish. Like they will, can tease each other. Yeah, especially when the girl has the early menstruation. Even girls will tease the girl. And then it's so bad. So, however, I want each other's sex should know each other's. Like how sperm production works for girls. Or the menstruation, what kind of products girls use
I see what you
for
mean.
male students. Because they should be more caring.
They should be exposed to what the other sex has.
Like PMS too.
Yeah, but just speaking from my own experience, we had separate classes because sex ed for us was taught in middle school. And around middle school, when you have gym classes, you get separated into boys and girls for sex ed.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because that was the easiest time. Like physical education and sexual body changes goes hand in hand.
Yeah, okay.
So grade 6.
It's not about puberty itself. It's like the changes through puberty, how you react, how it could change, how could it be affected.
Yeah, so I think now is when they start talking about development. Like how this can affect you, how this changes you.
Like emotionally.
Yeah. So the first 1 through 5 was more about consent and physical changes. Now they start talking about developing. Like how does it affect you? How do you feel? It's more emotional, psychological. That's the way I'm seeing this. Because it's easier for children to grasp physical changes than to say your emotions are going to change.
Grade 6 can understand the emotional things too.
Yeah. The last part is kind of important. Or the last two. Last three, actually.
Yeah, last three.
Yeah.
That to make decisions in their personal relationships and that show respect for themselves and others.
Recognizing the importance of consent
and clear communication.
Yeah.
That is a good one. So before they talk about actual sexual intercourse, they emphasize the importance of consent first.
I think that's true, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't
clear
engage in consent
Yeah.
until both parties consent.
And then the next one is
Students will learn how stereotypes can affect how a person feels about themselves, their feeling of belonging, and relationships with others.
So it's the impact on the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how stereotypes affect you.
Yeah.
And then they gave examples of stereotypes such as gender, race, sexual orientation. I'm just wondering if they talk about like how some people identify as male but in female.
That's why they don't. So that's where the conservative government delay.
Oh, I see.
So this is the least they could.
I
think,
see.
In grade 6, and then they will teach later on about the sexual orientation identifying. I think it's grade 8. I saw.
Gender identity. Oh yeah, I see what you mean. It's kind of stupid. Like at this point, your body is changing. Might as well teach them that some people are like 2, 3 genders.
Yeah, you're loud.
I am loud. It's not my fault.
Okay.
What was the next? Grade 8.
No, grade 7.
Right, grade 7.
So grade 7 is
sexual health.
Yeah. So they have to put the sentence saying research has shown that teaching about sexual health and human development does not increase sexual behavior.
Yeah.
and can actually prevent risky activities. So here this is the year kids will learn about sexual intercourse. So they had to put this sentence for parents.
That's true.
Interesting.
I guess, I can understand why parents think that way.
But, okay, let's see first. They will learn, the grade 7 kids learn the importance of having a shared understanding with a partner about the sexual activity or delaying sexual activity.
Yeah, so it's like if someone
so
doesn't want to have sex, don't pressure them.
Yeah.
Understood.
The concept of consent, how to communicate consent. This is when they specify about its sexual consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point the kids are old enough to know what sex is.
It's the 7th grade is 12 years old.
Yes, you are entering grade 7 as 12, exiting as 13.
To identify common sexual, the diseases, right? Yeah. And
they changed the name. It used to be STD.
STD.
Yeah, and then they changed STI, and then now they grouped it with
BBI.
Bloodborne infections.
Like AIDS.
No, I think it's
AIDS
more.
too. AIDS is bloodborne infection.
Yeah, all sexual.
HIV.
Isn't all? Oh yeah, because some passes through fluid via.
Yeah,
sexual.
blood too, but intercourse too. How to prevent? Yeah, this one, third one is the important one. How to prevent the diseases and avoid becoming a parent before they are ready.
Yeah.
They can't use the word contraception. The word contraception doesn't show up until grade 8.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed.
So sad. But I guess it's better to use the word protection here in this case.
Yeah.
Because contraception, it sounds like it's a tool used for sex.
Right.
Whereas protection is like to stop from getting diseases.
Yeah. So they do teach using condoms and other forms of protection consistently. Means they will also teach kids the pills?
So I assume. Wait, that's probably grade 8. I remember in grade 7, it was gym class. Boys and girls were split up. We learned about condoms.
How to
put it on, how to use it properly, how to dispose of it.
How do you get
banana?
How do so funny! Oh my god! Didn't you guys laugh?
Yeah, we laughed.
Yeah, for sure. And girls also teach.
No. This was just all for guys.
No, how about girls? Do you know?
I hope their teacher teaches them.
Yeah, the how to.
Yeah.
Put right. Yeah, they should go to
grade 8.
Grade 8.
So you could learn that things that could affect someone's ability to make safe and healthy decisions about sexual activity.
So I thought of this. So I was thinking maybe the
drugs
or the older people affect you.
Yeah.
So be careful, kind of.
I see.
Yeah.
So influences from external pressure, internal pressure. Yeah.
So yeah, I think people want to, like teacher wants to tell kids to, how do I say, judge for themselves. Don't get influenced.
Sources of support. So they teach them where they can go to get help.
Yeah. But I was like, it increased religious, spiritual, and cultural readers, and I don't want that. I want my kids to come to me.
Guaranteed, they put that in there to satisfy those groups of people.
I know. But they are the predator sometimes.
They are. Clearly they do not know that a lot of Catholic priests have been raping little boys.
Yeah, I know
that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. I don't really care if that offends anybody. Right? Come on.
Yeah.
You gotta call that out. So, let's see. Yeah.
Here, gender identity here.
Yeah, this is good.
Gender identity, gender expression here.
Yeah.
Expression is maybe the pronouns. And sexual orientation. And to identify factors that can help all young people to develop positive personal identities. Here is the thing the conservative wanted to delay.
Yeah, I'm like, how?
Grade 8. But grade 8 is 13. I think it's okay. It's not too late.
No, at this point it's already too late because your body have already started changing.
But mindset. But gender identity is way before than body changes, right?
Yeah.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
for some people, you already know
when you were born.
When you're like preschool.
Yeah. So it's like this is no longer about sex. This is about science. To delay it till you're 13, 14 is kind of stupid.
True.
Right? They should just straight up teach. Oh yeah, some people are gay. Some people identify as something else.
No, they know. They do teach that before that.
Yeah, but the fact that
here it's identity.
Yeah.
So about you.
Sure.
So it's about others.
Yeah.
But in grade 8, it's about yourself.
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. To identify factors that can help all young people develop personal. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
They can get this idea way before.
Yeah.
Yeah, to not be unstable.
Yeah. Yeah, they should focus on psychological development and your own understanding of your own bodies.
Yeah.
Starting around grade 6. Yeah, I understand. But they should have taught all the science stuff starting from grade 1.
They don't think it's science, I guess.
That's the problem, right?
But, okay.
Science is a fact.
Next one.
Abstinence.
And
contraception
and consent in order to make a safe and healthy decision. Yeah, they have to. Yeah, it's grade 8. Since they already learn any detailed things, it's more like make sure to decide in safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the last one. Benefits, risk, and drawbacks.
Associated with relationships in different degrees of sexual intimacy. Oh.
I'm guessing sexual intimacy doesn't mean intercourse. It could mean
like kissing, making out, touching. I don't know detail though. I can only see the risks in intercourse. That's it. What's the other?
What do you mean?
Like here, I can't really think the other examples other than the risk for intercourse.
Well, it's more like you're having sex with somebody just to keep them around. So you're allowing your body to be used for their pleasure because you don't want to lose somebody. So that would be a risk and benefit kind of thing. Or a drawback. I would say that's a drawback, right?
Okay.
Because that would be part of intimacy.
I'm pretty sure teachers will teach kids that saying no is not a negative thing, kind of stuff. Like they don't break your relationships, or they shouldn't break your relationships.
Yeah.
Did you like the curriculum?
My curriculum or this curriculum?
No, this one.
Yeah, it's more modern-ish. It could be more progressive. Yeah.
How?
Start teaching things earlier.
For example?
Just consolidate everything before grade 5. So all the physical changes should be done before grade 5. Once grade 6 should be about body changes, positivity, and sexually transmitted disease, and blah, blah, blah. Everything should be completed by the end of grade 6. Because at that point, then your body's now developing, and then you have all the information to talk with your peers, because that's going to be the more important group. I mean, I'm pretty sure some people would like go to their counselors, doctors for help, parents. But I'm pretty sure 90% of kids are going to research the internet, talk with their peers, and media.
Okay. I mean, I like it. Basically, I like curriculum is just a curriculum, and then I know that I can teach my kids how I want to.
Yeah, that's the one benefit, right?
It's okay. But basically the education, current Ontario curriculum is, I think, good. So, yeah. Like how and when and details when I teach my kids can be earlier. But basically it's fine, I think.
You know what I am curious is, how is sex education in Japan taught?
I think mostly same.
Really? Like same structure?
Grade 1 to 6, it's mostly, I think, same. Like hygiene control. And then the like different, like physical, accept the differences.
Oh, okay.
And it's more moral classes for us.
Okay.
But for sure we don't learn kids don't learn about gender orientation, sexual orientation, and I don't think they do tell the kids that porn is wrong. I don't think they never mention about porn. So some differences, but basically until grade 6 it's similar from my understanding. Or I can send this to my sister to see.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah, to see if this is kind of similar to
Ask.
them. Yeah, because she's a teacher, and
I mean, there's 2 teachers, but yeah.
In the family, yes. Yeah. But pretty sure when it comes to the curriculum in grade 7 in Ontario, I think this is when the differences will be bigger, I think. Yeah, the condoms, contraceptions, sexual intercourse. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should send this to my sister and see what would she think.
I wonder if she's gonna start teaching their kids like that. Like
her kids?
Yeah.
I think she is. I don't know. Very interesting.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, that would be it.
Sayonara. This is Saitama signing off.
Can you tell 良いお年を to listeners?
Say that again.
良いお年を。
良いお年を。
はい。
はい。
Thank you. はい、すいません。ディスカッション長くなりすぎたので、もう簡単にまとめた、日本語の総まとめを、お話ししますね。で、基本的にこのオンタリオの今現在の性教育のプログラムっていうのは、日本でいう小学生の期間に基本的な体の名称とか衛生習慣、対人関係の基本、思春期や月経と精子形成で性行為に限らない同意を取ることの重要性、また性的指向や人種など含む、違いを受け入れることについて学んでいるみたいです。で、日本の中学1年生の年齢で性交渉について初めて取り上げていて、ただしその性交渉を持つことを実際に、行うことを待とうという、考えや性的同意を明確に取ることとか、両人が理解や認識を共有していることを、まず前提として教えているみたいです。で、その上で性交渉を行った場合のリスク、つまり性感染症や妊娠について伝えています。で、合わせてこのリスクを防ぐためのコンドームや他の避妊法を学ぶのが中学1年生の年齢ですね。で、日本の中学2年生ではそういった性に関する決定を行うときに外的要因が影響すること、ディスカッションの中ではおそらくドラッグって埼玉くんは言ってましたけど、私はもっとなんか周りのそのお姉さんお兄さん、ティーンの子たちに影響されてとか、流されてそういう経験をしちゃうとか、そういう外的な要因、環境とかがその自分の性的決定判断を行うことを鈍らせるというか、そういったところを教えるのかなというふうに理解しました。で、その判断力をつけるということですね。あと、性に関する相談ができるっていう、ところがあるんだよっていうのを明確に教えているみたいですね。で、最後に、自分のジェンダー自認や性的指向について考えるのもこの学年、考えるというか教わるのもこの学年みたいです。すごい簡単にまとめたんですけど、これらを見てきて私たち、埼玉くんはまず、基本的にこのカリキュラムはいいと思うと。ただ彼としてはもっと進歩的にしてもいいんじゃないかって言っていて、6年生までにこの8年生まで今教えてる内容すべて終わらせていいと思うと言ってました。で、というのもそのあたり、12歳ぐらいですかね、11歳12歳のあたりの年齢にはもうネットで調べて友達と話すくらいのことは子供は始めると思うと。で、そこで間違った情報をね、知識を持つ前に、学校が全部基本なところを教えるのがいいんじゃないかというふうに言ってました。で、私の意見としては、全体的に見てとてもいいと思います。学校でこれだけ教えてくれるんだったらこの学年に、問題ないんじゃないかなと思ってます。ただその内容とかによってはもっと私だったらもっと早く教えたいとか、もっと具体的に教えたいっていう思うことがあると思うので、その場合は自分が教えられる、自分の子供に自分が教えられるから、別に学校のカリキュラムがこれでも問題ないかなというふうに思っています。私たちがもし子供を持つとして、その子供が性教育を受ける年齢になる頃にはかなりそのカリキュラムとかも変わってると思うので、実際にそういう状況に置かれる時にまた調べ直そうかなっていうふうに思っています。で、一つ言うのを忘れてたんですけど、このカリキュラムっていうのは2019年にオンタリオの州政府が、リベラルから保守系に選挙で転換したんですね。で、その保守系がリベラルの性教育から 変えて発表されたカリキュラムで、2019年 9月から、このカリキュラムで、性教育が行われています。で、実はこのカリキュラムっていうのは、その基本的にはこのカリキュラムに沿って学校で教えられるんですけれども、新宗教的な信仰とか文化的な価値観とかから、相入れない、このカリキュラムを相入れない場合、相入れることができない場合、子供に教えたくない場合は、その親がこのクラスは子供には取らせたくないというふうに、リムーブする、その子供に受けさせない権利があるそうです。なのできっとそのカリキュラムの詳細を見ながら親が決めて、このクラスは行っていいけどこのクラスは、出席しないでねっていうふうに、多分ティーチャーに言うのかな、教師に言って調整していってるんでしょうね、きっと。それもすごいことだなと思いますけども、これこそ、トロントというかオンタリオのダイバーシティがものを言ってるところだなと思います。人それぞれ考え方が違うのは当然なので、何を子どもに教えたいかっていうのはとりあえず、保護者の自由があるっていうことですね。はい。こんなちょっとすごい時間が1時間以内に終わらせたかったので、ちょっとパパッと総まとめをしました。今回のポッドキャストが年内最後になります。9月10月ぐらいからポッドキャストを始めて、すごくまだまだ伸び悩みっていうか、まだまだ弱小なポッドキャストだけれども、いつも聞いてくださっている方がもしいたとしたらありがとうございます。嬉しいです。引き続き、ちょっと改善もしていきながら続けていきたいと思っています。はい、それでは今日はこの辺りですね。はい、もうすぐ年が明けますので、皆さん良いお年をお迎えください。それでは Have a wonderful week. Bye bye.